What's up, YouTube? It's your man Big Nod back at it again. I just watched the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, depicting the career of the musical group Queen, based a European group, I believe based in London, which lead singer is Fred Mercury, a very talented vocalist. And a lot of people compared him to Michael Jackson and the Queen band to the Jackson's 5. You know, I'm new to the group. The first song that I knew was, sung by Queen was Bohemian Rhapsody, which I did a reaction to. People were shocked that I never heard of the group, and so many other songs came after that. As far as songs that I knew that I didn't know who wrote it, and I thought I'd just check out the movie. And here's my review. It started showing Freddie Mercury's family life. It showed that he was kind of rebellious against his father, saying he's gonna do things his way. Trying to compare himself to his father and asking his father, okay, has this way worked for you? We don't have much money, much fame, X, Y, and Z, so I'm going to go out and find my own way. A rebellious nature, which can be helpful and harmful, depending on your circumstance and your environment. He went into, I believe it was a karaoke night or a lounge where a local band was playing. And he ran into the band backstage, and was trying to show them that he is a vocalist. And the band was expressing that we just lost our lead singer for whatever reason. And Freddie on the spot hit a note, and he kind of switched the audition. Like all of a sudden they're auditioning for him. That's how powerful they thought his voice was at that moment. It kind of flipped it on them. And that, like I said, that band was locally known, and with Freddie as the new lead singer, it got more attention. More people started showing up to the little bars and the local events, and it got the attention of Elton John's management, which signed Queen to a deal. Now that they're starting to blow up, I think it was interesting the way they describe themselves as four misfits, four people that probably wouldn't, hang out with each other, and that works as far as music. I can compare that to the group Outkast. One guy is kind of a street guy in the strip clubs all the time. The other guy is kind of a nature guy into butterflies and things like that. So two guys opposite, and they can come together to make a beautiful sound, a beautiful picture, a beautiful scene, a beautiful art. It was interesting. Freddie Mercury, he's a guy who says on the movie that he's a bisexual, but this wasn't known early on in his life. No one saw him that way. So he had a lady companion, which he actually proposed to, and it was thoughtful that he asked her never to take this ring off. Never. No matter what I do, what I transform into, his request was for her to never take the ring off, because he was engaged and they got married. So he left her, and they was blowing up at this time. They went on tour. Elton John's management team set him up with a U.S. tour, and now America is singing Queen songs. We Will Rock You. We Are the Champions. They play this at sporting events when teams win, titles. It runs deep. In the movie they showed a secluded studio, which helps. I guess they wanted them to focus in or home in on what they had there. And they came out with a few hits. They came out with Love of My Life, which I never even listened to. I never listened to it. I still haven't listened to Love of My Life. Maybe I'd Maybe I'll do a reaction to it later on, but I never listened to Love of My Life because they just played a little snippet of it. They came out with Bohemian Rhapsody, which is a 6-minute song that I did actually the first time I told you listening to Queen, or knowing that I'm listening to Queen. That was the first song that I did, Bohemian Rhapsody, and they took it to their management and they wanted it to be their first single. But the management, they didn't understand the song, they didn't get the song, and plus it was 6 minutes long, so they was like, nah, we're not dealing with this song. It needs to be Love of My Life. It needs to be some other song with a car, driving a car. But Mercury was like, okay, either it's this or we walking. So they ended up walking, and probably the studio regretted it because it blew up anyway. Mercury had connections at the radio stations, which was a little, I don't know, because he was giving a little googly eyes to the DJ who knows that they had something going. But, by hell or high water, he got that played on the radio and the song blew up. And then this is actually my second time listening to Bohemian Rhapsody with this movie. Because when I did the first reaction, I never really listened to it back because I just went through it and then put my outro at the end. But the second time listening to it, the melody was on point. Nice melody, I got the message that he was trying to deliver as far as his personal life. The band members, they added their own flair to it, so it was a cool little song. But even if you don't agree with a message somebody's portraying or their personal lifestyle, the artistic value is still there if you recognize it for what it is. And that Bohemian Rhapsody, I believe, was the starting point for the troubles that Mercury encountered with his marriage. Because even though he made Love of My Life, and he showed a snippet of a crowd singing Love of My Life, which was dedicated to his wife, he showed a snippet of that to his wife, where he just stopped singing and the entire crowd, thousands of people, were singing this song that he wrote for his wife. And he played this for his wife, word for word. They're knowing every lyric to it. His wife just couldn't get past the Bohemian Rhapsody song and the message that he put out in that song. Like, what does this really mean? What is going on here? And he just had to break down and told his wife he's into guys and girls. So that was the start of the end for his marriage. Even after all this, all these things happening, the turmoil, they're still putting out hits. I saw a scene where Mercury walked into the studio and these guys are not playing any instruments, they're stomping their feet, clapping their hands, and that turned into We Will Rock You. You know what I'm saying? Just genius on their part to get the crowd involved, get the audience involved in the song. And that turned into a smash hit, played in America all the time, whether it be movies, sporting events. Who would have known that a group led by someone who is not, I guess, the most masculine of fellows would have dominate airplay in sporting events like this. But if you dig deep into sporting events, a lot of that stuff was created so there would be refuge for people that live a certain kind of lifestyle. If you notice, a lot of, not knocking any of my basketball playing brothers or football playing brothers, and not knocking them, but you look at it, a lot of these things that has been inherited. Somebody makes a good play, somebody slaps them on the behind, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the sports. People are watching balls. You have to keep your eye on the ball. And most of the time the ball is brown or a melanated ball. The football is brown. The basketball is brown. And even baseball, the bat is black. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get too deep for y'all. We're talking about the group Queen. Yeah, they're blowing up, they're blowing up, they're blowing up. But what happens when a group is blowing up so crazy? They want the lead singer to go solo. That's what happens with the Jackson 5. This is what happens with In Sync. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens with any group that they feel is to that point. They want to make more money with the lead singer, and they feel that the lead singer will be easier to control. Instead of trying to talk to 5 or 4 personalities, you just dictate to this one person and just make a few bags. That's the thing about it. At the end of the day, some people, they thrive in groups. They thrive in groups. Everybody is in Michael Jackson. Everybody is in Lil Wayne. Everybody is in Justin Timberlake. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they need their brothers, their group members to say, oh man, this is not no good, or this is fire. They need that back and forth to, really elevate their game. And I think Mercury knew this. Mercury knew that, okay, Queen or this group is what pushed me to go so hard. Or this group pushed me to elevate my ability. So I can't, just turn my back on what's been pushing me, my motor, my fuel, my gas this whole time. And he automatically just fired that guy the manager who wanted to get him to go solo. He dismissed him real quick because, early in the movie, he was like, nah, I can't do this. He would later change his mind. Even though he kicked the manager out of the car and fired him for even suggestion he should go solo. Those seeds of, it could have been negativity, but those seeds of negativity stayed in his head. Or those seeds of, I could do this by myself, stayed in his head. And he later signed a deal with CBS for $4 million. And, you know what I'm saying, he told his band members, and that was a wrap for the group. He's going his personal situation. His wife, he split from his wife. His wife showed up. He thought they was going to reconcile. I'm like, nah, I'm pregnant. I got a guy who actually likes females over here, and we're going to do our thing. I still have love for you, but you got your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And, that was a split for his relationship, unfortunately. So he took that, he took that bag, started partying heavy. We would have parties with, a lot of guys. I remember seeing in the movie, his wife came back just to check on him, or his ex-wife came back to check on him. But, like 10 guys showed up, trying to party, and they came in, and she was like wild, uncomfortable, and she just left. So, I mean, that lifestyle, is, man, it probably put an end to one of the great voices in musical history, unfortunately. And, Mercury saw that. Mercury saw that this was my wife and my band members gave me the drive to even reach this point. So he was like, man, let me just reunite with my band. Even though, my ex-wife doesn't want to get back together. She's comfortable in her new life. Let me just get back with my band and do what we do. And at this point, he has already got the diagnosis that he's HIV positive. He has AIDS, full-blown AIDS, and he lets his band members know, but they still have love for him. They still say, let's just go ahead this last tour and just kill it, And it was some kind of, I didn't like, they had some kind of Feed Africa concert, which was bull. Like Africa has its upper class and its lower class. Europe has upper class and lower class. They have starving Europeans, just like they have starving Americans, just like they have starving sections in the motherland. Every place on this planet has good and bad. I could show you a spot in Europe where people are still walking on all fours, but nobody African is saying, oh, let's help these people so they could stand upright. Nah, I mean, little sneak disses like that, which was probably something behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? So many puppeteers, but I didn't appreciate that little thing. But other than that, this movie was tight. Their last concert, they played all of their hits, starting with Bohemian Rhapsody, you know what I'm saying? And, they just tore the stadium down, with most of their cool songs. We Are the Champions, of course, was on there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of songs I never heard before. But like I said, I'm going to check out that Love of My Life, I believe it was. I'm gonna check out that Love of My Life. I never heard it. Even in the movie, they didn't play the full thing. I'm gonna check it out and see, you know what I'm saying, how it compares to the other Queen hits. My favorite, of course, is We Are the Champions. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite songs of all time. Not even knowing it was somebody's group. But what y'all think about the movie? I enjoyed it for the most part. You know, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe as well.
Put my bellies on. From the top, I'm hardly gone. The God of patience. Big Nord, the only option. Global domination.
Yep.
My lawyers make sure ain't no time I'm facing.
Yep.
Let's send the amen to the congregation. Big Nord, the king of angels, is what she tasting.
Yep.
She baby feet without the similar. If I don't want it, believe it's going back. Domination is the only fact. I'm in your doors and my name ain't Jack.
Hello.